हरिः ओम् नमः सर्वेभ्यः। अद्य कृदन्तप्रकरणस्य शतोत्तरः त्रयोविंशः पाठः। अद्यतनवर्गे भावाधिकारे विद्यमानस्य स्त्र्यधिकारस्य अध्ययनं समापयामः। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते। स्त्र्यधिकारस्य अध्ययनं प्रचलतस्ति नवमं करपत्रम्। तत्र स्त्रियां क्तिन् इति मुख्यं सूत्रम्। अनेन सूत्रेण औत्सर्गिकरूपेण सर्वेभ्यः धातुभ्यः स्त्रियां क्तिन् प्रत्ययः विधीयते। अस्य अपवादत्वेन अग्रे श अ इत्येते प्रत्ययाः उक्ताः सन्ति। प्रामुख्येन तत्र त्रयः अपवादाः अस्माभिः स्मर्तव्याः। अ इति अपवादः, अङ् इति अपवादः तथा च युच् इति अपवादः। इत्येतत् सर्वं पूर्वस्मिन् वर्गे अस्माभिः अधीतं। किञ्चित् झटिति पुनरावर्तनं कृत्वा अग्रे सरामः। तत्र स्त्रियां क्तिन् इति अधिकारः भावाधिकारे एव अस्ति। अतः यद्यपि तत्र अग्रिमं करपत्रं तथापि नूतनः अधिकारः न। भावे अकर्तृ-कारके संज्ञायाम् इत्यत्र एव स्त्रियां तिङ् इति पृथक् अधिकारः अन्तर्भूतः। स्त्रियां क्तिन् इत्यस्मिन् अधिकारे वासरूपविधिः नैव प्रवर्तते इति अस्माभिः दृष्टम्। वासरूपो अस्त्रियाम् इत्यस्मिन् सूत्रे अस्त्रियाम् इति निर्देशात्। अयं वासरूपविधिः न प्रवर्तते इत्यस्य आशयद्वयम्। यदि उत्सर्गः तथा अपवादः द्वौ अपि अस्मिन् अधिकारे एव स्तः, स्त्रियां क्तिन् अस्मिन् अधिकारे, तर्हि सः अपवादः उत्सर्गं नित्यं बाधते इति तत्र प्रथमः आशयः। स्त्र्यधिकारे उक्तः अपवादः, सेकेंड लाइन, स्त्र्यधिकारे उक्तः अपवादः स्त्र्यधिकारे एव उक्तम् उत्सर्गं नित्यं बाधते। The second aspect is स्त्र्यधिकारे उक्तः अपवादः स्त्र्यधिकाराद् बहिः उक्तम् उत्सर्गम् अपि बाधते। स्त्र्यधिकारे उक्तः अपवादः स्त्र्यधिकाराद् बहिः उक्तम् उत्सर्गम् अपि बाधते। अत्र बहिः इत्यस्य अर्थः कः करणीयः इत्यस्मिन् विषये अपि अस्माभिः चर्चा कृता। तत्र बहिः इत्युक्ते स्त्र्यधिकाराद् बहिः परन्तु भावाधिकारे इति तत्र सामान्यरूपेण अर्थः स्वीक्रियते। किमर्थं तादृशः अर्थः स्वीक्रियते इति चेत् कर्तव्या, करणीया एतादृशानां शब्दानां तत्र सिद्धिः अस्माभिः कर्तव्या। तव्य नो चेत् अनियर् य इत्येतेषां सर्वेषां प्रत्ययानां प्रयोगेण ये स्त्रीलिङ्गवाचिनः शब्दाः सिद्ध्यन्ति तेषां साधुत्वं कथं ज्ञाप्यते इति अत्र प्रश्नः अस्माभिः कृतः। तस्य उत्तरद्वयं दृष्टं। तत्र प्रथमम् उत्तरं तु एतेषां सर्वेषां प्रयोगाणां सन्दर्भः भिन्नः अस्ति। तत्र कुत्रचित् आवश्यकता, कुत्रचित् अर्हता, कुत्रचित् केवलं भाव नो चेत् कर्म, भावः नो चेत् कर्म इति भिन्नाः भिन्नाः सन्दर्भाः भवितुम् अर्हन्ति। अतः तत्र विद्यमानाः सन्दर्भाः तिन् प्रत्ययस्य अपेक्षया भिद्यन्ते इति मत्वा तत्र तिन् प्रत्ययविशिष्टम् उत्सर्गापवादस्य चिन्तनं न भवति इति प्रथमम् उत्तरम्। नो चेत् द्वितीयमुत्तरं यथा काशिकायां लिखितमस्ति स्त्रीप्रकरणविषयस्य उत्सर्गापवादस्य एव वासरूपप्रतिषेधः। अस्य अन्वयः कथं, सो अ लॉट ऑफ सिय इज ऑकरिंग, अस्य अन्वयः कथं उत्सर्गापवादस्य वासरूपप्रतिषेधः इत्युक्ते उत्सर्ग तथा अपवाद एतयोर्मध्ये विद्यमानः यः वासरूपविधिः तस्य वासरूपविधेः जायमानः प्रतिषेधः अयं कुत्र सीमितः अस्ति, वेर इट इज बाउंडेड स्त्री प्रकरण विषयस्य। उत्सर्गापवादस्य वासरूपविधिः तस्य प्रतिषेधः स्त्री प्रकरण विषये एव। अत्र स्त्रियाम् अधिकारे इति नास्ति, स्त्री प्रकरण विषये अस्ति। तस्य अर्थग्रहणम् अस्माभिः भावाधिकारे इति अत्र कृतम्। द्वयोः प्रत्यययोः उत्सर्गापवादस्य विषये वासरूपविधिः तदा एव निषिध्यते यदा द्वावपि प्रत्ययौ अस्मिन् भावाधिकारस्थौ स्त्रीप्रकरणविशिष्टौ स्तः. So the apavada must definitely be in the striyam adhikara. The utsarga can be in the striyam adhikara or it should be outside but in the bhavadhikara. This is the gist of the discussion. तदनन्तरम् अपवादानां किञ्चित् एकवारं पुनरावर्तनं कुर्मः. So this table we have been seeing again and again in the course. तत्र प्रामुख्येन त्रयः अपवादाः. अ इति प्रत्ययः गुरोश्च हलः तथा अप्रत्ययात् इति द्वाभ्यां सूत्राभ्यां दीयते. यत्र धातुः हलन्तः अस्ति, गुरुमान् अस्ति, तत्र तत्र सर्वत्र अ इति प्रत्ययः भवति. नो चेत् आतिदेशिक धातुः प्रत्ययान्त धातुः अस्ति, सन् प्रत्ययान्तः भवेत्, नो चेत् यङ् प्रत्ययान्तः भवेत्, काम्यच् प्रत्ययान्तः भवेत् इत्येतेषां सर्वेषां विषये अ इति प्रत्ययः तत्र क्तिन् प्रत्ययस्य अपवादरूपेण विधीयते. सोपसर्गाः धातवः आतश्चोपसर्गे इति सूत्रं तथा च षित् भिदादिभ्योङ् इति सूत्रेण षितः धातवः भिदादिगणस्य च धातवः एतेषां सर्वेषां विषये अङ् इति प्रत्ययः भवति. तत्र भिदादिगणस्य विषये कः विशेषः इति चेत् भिदादिगणे धातवः न सन्ति परन्तु तत्र अङ् प्रत्ययेन निर्मिताः शब्दाः एव पाठ्यन्ते. बहुत्र निपातनम् अस्ति, बहुत्र कश्चन प्रक्रिया विशेषः अस्ति, अतः तत् सर्वं कृत्वा एव आचार्यैः रूपं तत्र स्थापितम् अस्ति. षित् धातूनां कः विशेषः इति चेत् केषुचन धातुषु षकारः धातुपाठे इत्सम्यकः अस्ति. यथा त्रपुष इति अस्ति, डुपचष इति अस्ति, जृष इति अस्ति. एते सर्वे षितः धातवः. अपि च घटादिगणः इति गणः अस्ति. अस्मिन् घटे प्रारम्भे विद्यमानाः त्रयोदश आत्मनेपदिनः धातवः घटादि घट इत्यस्मात् आरभ्य त्वर इति यावन्ताः प्रायः त्रयोदश पाठभेदैः सह 20 धातवः. एते सर्वे अपि घटादयः श्रितः इति गणसूत्रेण षित्संज्ञकाः भवन्ति इति अपि अस्माभिः पूर्वस्मिन् वर्गे दृष्टम्. तदनन्तरं युच् इति अन्तिमः अपवादः. ण्यासश्रन्थो युच् इति सूत्रेण णिच् प्रत्यान्ताः तथा च णिङ् प्रत्यान्ताः ये धातवः तेषां विषये आतिदेशिकधातुभ्यः विहितम् अप्रत्ययं बाधित्वा युच् इति प्रत्ययः विधीयते. इति सर्वम् अस्माभिः पूर्वस्मिन् वर्गे दृष्टम्. अद्य अग्रे गच्छामः. अग्रे केवलं 5 सूत्राणि इदानीम् अवशिष्टानि. रोगाख्यायां णुवुल् बहुलं, संज्ञायां विभाषाख्यानपरिप्रश्नयोरिञ्च पर्यायार्हरणोत्पत्तिषण्वुच आक्रोशे नय्यनिः. परन्तु एतस्मात् पूर्वं स्त्रियां क्तिन् इति सूत्रं पुनरेकवारं पश्यामः. प्रारम्भिके एव वर्गे मया उक्तमासीत् स्त्रियां तिन् इति सूत्रस्य तत्र महान् विस्तरः व्याख्यानस्य अस्ति इति सर्वम् अस्माभिः किमपि तस्मिन् वर्गे नैव दृष्टं. केवलम् एकवाक्येन अस्य सूत्रस्य अर्थं स्वीकृत्य अर्थं पठित्वा वयम् अग्रे गतवन्तः. अतः इदानीं पुनरेकवारम् अस्य सूत्रस्य सर्वैः वार्तिकैः सह अध्ययनं कुर्मः. स्त्रियां क्तिन् इति सूत्रं भावे अकर्तरि च कारके इति वर्तते. स्त्रीलिङ्गे भावादौ धातोः क्तिन् प्रत्ययः भवति. घञ् अच् अपाम् अपवादः कृतिः चितिः मतिः इति सर्वं पूर्वस्मिन् वर्गे अस्माभिः दृष्टम्. कौमुदीमपि पश्यामः. स्त्रीलिङ्गे भावादौ क्तिन् स्यात् घञोः घञः अपवादः अजपौ तु परत्वाद् बाधते इति मया स्पष्टीकृतं पूर्वस्मिन् वर्गे. कृतिः चितिः स्तुतिः. इदानीं स्फाय वृद्धौ स्फायी वृद्धौ इति धातोः कौमुदीकारेण अत्र उदाहरणं दत्तं. स्फाय इत्यत्र क्तिन् इति प्रत्ययः अग्रे आगच्छति चेत् यकारस्य लोपो व्योर्वलि इति लोपः स्फातिः इति रूपं सिद्ध्यति. तर्हि तत्र एकः प्रयोगः कुत्रचित् उच्यते साहित्येषु. स्फीतिकाम इति कश्चन प्रयोगः दृश्यते. एतादृशः प्रयोगः अस्मिन् प्रयोगे स्फीति इति क्तिन् प्रत्ययान्त शब्दः अस्ति. सो स्फा इति धातोः यदि स्फातिः इति रूपं भवति तर्हि स्फीति इति क्तिन् प्रत्ययान्तरूपं कथं समाधेयं, तस्य साधुत्वं कथं दर्शयितव्यं, स्वीकर्तव्यम् इति पृच्छामश्चेत् स्फीति इति शब्दः तु प्रामादिकः एव। यत्र यत्र जनैः स्फातिः इत्यस्य स्थाने स्फीतिः इति उच्यते तत्र तत्र तादृशः प्रयोगः प्रामादिकः एव। इदानीं कश्चन प्रश्नः अत्र उत्पद्यते, यदि अयं प्रयोगः प्रामादिकः तर्हि जनैः एतादृशः प्रयोगः कथं क्रियते? So how do people tend to do these kind of prayogas, स्फीति? If I mean it was a simple prakriya like sphaya plus tin lopo vyor vali, we get rid of yakara, it should be sphati. So why do people tend to do this incorrect prayoga called sphiti? And the answer is that for the nishtha pratyaya kta pratyayah yatra spha dhatoh vidhiyate tatra sphayah sphi nishtayam इति सूत्रेण तत्र स्फाय धातोः स्फी इति आदेशं कृत्वा अग्रे तत्र रूपं सिद्ध्यति, स्फीत इति तत्र रूपं सिद्ध्यति. So a sutram which is specifically for nishtha, sphayah sphi nishtayam, some people incorrectly also apply it for ktin pratyaya. So exactly, I was about to talk, somebody says there is a very well known word called mudra sphitihi. So I was about to mention that. So inflation or basically expansion of currency, that's called mudra sphitihi. So these kind of words, sphiti for example, where a ktin pratyaya is being attached to spha dhatu and an incorrect sphi adesha is done using sphayah sphi nishtayam, resulting in a word like sphiti. So that is what is being clarified by Kaumudikara over here. स्फीति इति शब्दः तु प्रामादिकः एव, तत्र स्फातिः इति शब्दः भवेत्. No chet. Now here is where an intelligence of a grammarian, a Vaiyakarana comes. If there is a word in the language called sphiti, you have to somehow justify it. Kathanchit ayam shabdaha samadheyaha asya sadhutvam ज्ञापनीयम्. अतः अग्रे सः किं वदति? नो चेत् इत्युक्ते यदि स्फीति इति शब्दस्यैव साधुत्वम् अस्माभिः वक्तव्यं तर्हि तत्र प्रथमं क्त प्रत्ययान्तरूपं कुर्मः. So sphaya basically plus kta will become sphita tantat. So that kta pratyayanta pratipadikam we will treat it as dhatu by using tat karoti tada chaste. So this tat karoti tada chaste is a loophole, or is a a way by which every pratipadikam can be converted into dhatu by giving a nich pratyaya. So sarvebhyah pratipadikebhyah तेन प्रातिपदिकेन निर्दिष्टम अर्थम करोति इत्यस्मिन् अर्थे णिच् प्रत्ययः भवति. So there is a vartikam pratipadika dhatvarthe bahulam ishtavaccha. So णिच् pratyaya as per the requirement can be added to all or many pratipadikas. So when I say requirement, it is not your or my requirement. Shishtas have to justify that requirement, otherwise it will be all chaos. So, but as per the suggestions from the Shishta, as per the recommendations, you can add the nich pratyaya to any pratipadika. And how is the meaning going to be different? The meaning of that pratipadikam, you just say tat karoti. So atra sphiti is basically growth. Sphaya vruddhau iti dhatuhu asti. Sphiti is growth. Dhatvarthe tatra nich pratyayah karaniyah. So as soon as you add a nich on that particular pratipadikam, you will get a dhatu. So now you have sphiti plus nich, whatever it becomes. Sphiti plus nich, that will be dhatu. Sphitim karoti, sphitim kamayate iti tatra bhinnaha arthaha bhavitum arhanti. And on that dhatu, you add a pratyaya called e pratyaya, which is an unadi pratyaya given in the unadi patha. So in the unadi patha, achaha ihi, this sutram says sarvebhyah ajantebhyah dhatubhyah I iti pratyayah bhavati. So sarvebhyah ajantebhyah dhatubhyah. Sphiti was originally a pratipadikam. You add a nich, so it becomes sphiti plus E. So that becomes an ajanta dhatu, and now you add another e on the top of it, and the middle e goes away by nerani t. So that causes spiti as the final word over here. So spiti iti anena prakarena kathanchit samadhiyam. So you have to somehow justify a pratyaya, somehow justify certain steps in the prakriya, and somehow come to that particular word. So he says स्फीति एतादृशा शब्दः वस्तुतस्तु प्रामादिकः, परन्तु तत्र अस्य प्रयोगस्य साधुत्वं ज्ञापनीयं चेत् क्तान्तात् इत्युक्ते स्फीत इति शब्दात् प्रारम्भं कृत्वा धात्वर्थे अस्य प्रातिपदिकस्य धातौ परिवर्तनं कारयितुं णिचि णिच् प्रत्ययं कृत्वा तदनन्तरम् अच इहि इति, दिस इज अ संधि, अच इहि इज द उणादि सूत्रम, अनेन उणादि सूत्रेण ई इति तत्र प्रत्ययं कृत्वा कथंचित् तत्र प्रयोगः तत्र कारितव्यः, समाधेयः. So this is what he explains over here. अग्रे गच्छामः. श्रूयजिषिस्तुभ्य करणे, दिस वार्तिका I think we saw in one of the previous classes, परन्तु तत्र इदानीं किं कृतमस्ति, भिन्नेषु सन्दर्भेषु तत्र कुत्रचित् तिन् प्रत्ययः कथं भवति इति पृष्टम् इति दर्शितमस्ति. सो श्रू धातुः, यज धातुः, इष धातुः, स्तु धातुः, एतेषां सर्वेषां विषये करणे करणकारकस्य निर्देशार्थं तिन् प्रत्ययः भवति. सो श्रूयते अनया इति श्रुतिः, इज्जते अनया इति इष्टिः, इष्यते अनया इति अपि इष्टिः. सो यज और इज both of or ish both of them give इष्टिः. स्तूयते अनया इति स्तुतिः. एतादृशानि रूपाणि भवन्ति. Same vartikam is given in Kaumadi also, in Kashika also. श्रूयजिस्तुभ्यः करणे, ish is not given over here. श्रूयते श्रुतिः, इष्टिः, स्तुतिः. Then he says gla in Kashika, he says glam lajyahabhyah nihi. So instead of ktin pratyaya for a few dhatus, he gives a ni pratyaya. As I mentioned, this is all chaotic when it comes to ktin pratyaya. The pratyaya vidhanam itself is chaotic. Prakriya is not chaotic. Pratyaya vidhanam is quite chaotic. Where you just have to see the prayoga and somehow justify the prayoga. So glanihi, mlanihi, janihi, hanihi. सर्वत्र नी इति प्रत्ययः तत्र कृतः अस्ति. अग्रे उच्यते ऋकारल्वादिभ्यः तिन् निष्ठावद् भवति इति वक्तव्यम्. This is an aspect of the prakriya. We will see the tin prakriya in details in tomorrow's class, but general point over here is lwadibhyah, lwadiganasya धातूनां विषये तथा च रुका दीर्घ रुकारान्त धातूनां विषये तिन् प्रत्ययस्य प्रक्रिया निष्ठा प्रत्यय सदृशी भवति इत्युक्ते तत्र तकारस्य नकारः भवति. So in lwadibhyah sutram, I very briefly mentioned this Vartikam while teaching this Sutram. We studied this Sutram in details when we talked about Nishtha. At that point in time, on the very last slide, I quickly mentioned this Vartikam. I also explained that I will talk about this Vartikam in details when we come to Tin Pratyaya. That is tomorrow's class. So the Vartika is over here. Rukaral Vadibhyaha Ktin Pratyasya Prakriya Nishtha Pratyasya Sadrushi Bhavati iti Vaktavyam. So Kirni, Girni examples are given. I'll discuss these examples tomorrow. Sampadadibhyah kvip. केषाञ्चन शब्दानां विषये, सो पद इति धातुः अस्ति तस्य विषये केषाञ्चन शब्दानां साधुत्वज्ञापनार्थं क्विप इति प्रत्ययः उच्यते. सो संपद, विपद, प्रतिपद आर ऑल दकारान्त स्त्रीलिंग शब्दास्. एतेषां सर्वेषां साधुत्वज्ञापनार्थम् अत्र क्विप इति प्रत्ययः कृतः अस्ति. क्तिन् अपि इष्यते. संपति, संपत्ति, विपत्ति. सो पद इत्यस्य पत्तिः, so sampattiः, vipattiः इत्यपि भवति. So basically looking at all these particular vartikas, I missed one vartika over here. So ktin abadibhyascha vaktavyah. He says there are some verbs like apa, radha, deep. Now all these verbs are actually हलंत गुरुमान verbs. एतेषां सर्वेषाम् अन्ते हल् वर्णः अस्ति. एतेषु विद्यमानः स्वरः गुरुसंज्ञकः अस्ति. अतः एतेषां सर्वेषां विषये गुरोश्च हलः इति अप्रत्ययः भवेत्. We have seen that sutram. So apa, radha, deepa, parantu etesham sarvesham vishaye ktin iti bhavati etat sarvam prayogam drishtva eva svikartavyam. So abadayah prayogatah anusartavyaha. अस्मिन् विषये मया पूर्वस्मिन् वर्गे अपि एकवारम् उक्तम्. It's written on the next slide. So in गुरोश्च हलः सूत्रम् गुरुमतोः हलन्त गुरुमतः हलन्ता स्त्रियाम् अकारः स्यात् तत्र कौमुदिकारेण निष्ठायां सेट इति वक्तव्यम् इति कश्चन नियमः कृतः अस्ति. So according to Kaumudikara, only when the dhatu gets an the nishtha pratyay associated with the dhatu gets an idagama. Let me pause here for a minute and clarify why I rephrased. Many times, even in the books, even while people speak, inadvertently, this is the kind of line that we speak. When the dhatu gets idagama, is what we say. That is absolutely not correct. It's the pratyaya which gets the idagama. So, nisthayam seta iti vaktavyam ityukte dhatoho idagamaha bhavati iti na kadapi naiva vaktavyam. If the idagama happens to the dhatu by the titva property, it will come before the dhatu adyantau takitau. Idagama, it is an itta agama, it always happens to the pratyaya. So many times, lots of books I have seen, at least 5 6 books I have seen, where by mistake or just they take it casually and they say anga ka idagam hota hai or anga gets the idagama and so on. No, it's the pratyaya which gets the idagama. So nisthayam set iti vaktavyam ityukte kaha arthaha यस्मात् अंगात् नो चेत् यस्मात् धातोः विहितः निष्ठा प्रत्ययः इडागमं स्वीकरोति तादृशस्य धातोः विषये एव अस्य सूत्रस्य प्रसक्तिः अस्ति. The Kashika does not include this particular clause, so he covers it up by saying abadayah prayogatah anusartavyaha. So if you look at all these dhatus, apa, radha, deepa, sramsa, dhvamsa, labha, etesham sarvesham vishaye vihitaha nishtha pratyayah idagamam naiva prapnoti. So for all these examples, anyway, nisthayam set iti vaktavyam iti clause iti niyamah svikriyate chet samyak rupa siddhi bhavatyeva. Parantu nisthayam set iti vaktavyam is not an innocent looking niyama. Specifically, you remember for nishtha pratyayas, whether such a pratyaya gets an idagama or not, we spent 3 classes. There was a separate sheet, multiple sutras we discussed. We saw some places there is an idagama optionally coming. Some places idagama comes only for some specific meaning. Some places idagama comes by a nipatana. So you have to consider all these things. So yatra vikalpena idagamaha bhavati, tatra vikalpena apratyaya vidhanam. यत्र विशिष्टे अर्थे इडागमः भवति तत्र तस्मिन् अर्थे अप्रत्यय विधानम्. सो ऑल दिस निष्ठायां सेट इति वक्तव्यम् इत्यस्य कः अर्थः? यस्मिन् संदर्भे यस्मिन् विषये यस्य उपसर्गस्य उपस्थितौ तत्र इडागमः, तस्मिन् संदर्भे तस्मिन् विषये तस्यैव उपसर्गस्य उपस्थितौ अत्र अप्रत्ययः, अन्यत्र सर्वत्र क्तिन्नेव भवति. सिंपल एग्जांपल, अंचेफ पूजायाम् अस्माभिः दृष्टमिदं सूत्रम्. अनेन सूत्रेण अंच अंच धातोः अर्थद्वयम् अस्ति गतिपूजनयोः, परन्तु अस्य धातोः विषये पूजायाम् अर्थे एव इडागमः भवति, गतौ अर्थे इडागमः न भवति, and therefore पूजायाम् अस्मिन् अर्थे अप्रत्ययं कृत्वा अंचा इति रूपं, गतौ अस्मिन् अर्थे क्तिन् प्रत्ययं कृत्वा अक्ति इति रूपं. So v plus anch vyakti इति अपि very well known word comes up over here. So all this chaos is very carefully or cleverly thrown aside by Kashika, and he just says abadayah prayogatah anusartavyaha. So this is also an acceptable clause because eventually prayoga sharanaha vayyakaranaha. So when you have such a huge complexity, maybe it is acceptable to say abadayah prayogatah anusartavyaha, but Kaumudi tries to set some kind of structure over here. As I mentioned, going through all the dhatus, as I actually mentioned in the last class, going through all the dhatus and testing whether the nishtha pratyaya gets the idagama under certain conditions, and then actually checking whether those under those conditions you get a ktin pratyaya or a pratyaya is a huge project, is kind of a research work. If anybody is interested, they can take it up. but otherwise we can just believe this particular vartikam nisthayam set iti vaktavyam, and yatra yatra nishtha pratyasya idagamah bhavati tatra tatra कुरोश्च हलः इत्यनेन सूत्रेण अप्रत्ययः अन्यत्र सर्वत्र क्तिन् नो चेत् यः कोऽपि अन्यः अपवादः अस्ति सः भवितुम् अर्हति. So somebody is asking a question over here. Shruyate anaya iti shrutihi. So without this vartika, can we derive the word shrutihi? So this particular derivation is in karana. You can always derive the word shrutihi in bhave. So shruyate iti shrutihi, the act of listening, that can still be called shruti. But shruti smriti purananam. So you have the shruti word over there. It's the derivation. If you insist on giving a derivation in a karane sense, then you have to follow this vartika. Shruyate anaya iti shrutihi. Maybe there is a other sutra in some other grammars, or possibly in the Unadi Patha, we don't know, but in the current restricted frame, करणे यदि तत्र वृत्तिः स्वीकर्तव्या तर्हि तत्र वार्तिकस्यैव साहाय्येन भवितुम् अर्हति. No chet, you always have that fallback of krutya luto bahulam. So that bahulam is a big joke. We have seen it used at so many places. You do a yoga vibhaga and you use it wherever you want. So krutya luto bahulam iti bahulam yoga vibhagam krutva sarvam tatra samadhatum shakyate. There are a few more questions over here. So what is exact meaning of pramadikam? Pramadikam ityasya arthaha doshapurnam ityeva. So sthiti kamaha iti shabdaha tu doshapurnaha eva iti tatra prathamam matam. Tadanantaram kathanchitva samadhyam, somehow it has to be justified, is what he says. There are a few statements over here that I missed. So let's read all these things. So rule vadibhyaktin nishtavad, typing mistake, ting nishtavad vachyaha. So that causes a nattuvam. Nattuvam is the pratyaya takara goes to nakara, becomes nakara. So kirtihi. So kirnihi iti bhavati. Girnihi iti bhavati. Lunihi iti bhavati. So ru dirgha rukarantaha dhatuhu asti. तत्र निष्ठा प्रत्यय सदृशी प्रक्रिया क्तिन प्रत्यय से विषय भवति. So what kind of prakriya he is talking is basically the conversion of ta to na. So nishtha pratyaya se vishaye bahutra ta takarasya pratyaya takarasya nakaradeshah uchyate. So for example, you have radabhyam nishthato naha purvasya cha daha, or you have lwadibhyah. So bhinneshu sutreshu तत्र प्रत्यय तकारस्य निष्ठा प्रक्रियायां नकारादेशः उक्तः अस्ति. तादृशः नकारादेशः यद्यपि केवलं निष्ठा प्रत्ययस्य विषये उच्यते, तथापि दीर्घ ऋकारान्त धातुः अस्ति, नो चेत् लवादिगणस्य धातुः अस्ति, तर्हि तादृशः नकारादेशः क्तिन् प्रत्ययस्य विषये अपि भवति इति अस्य वार्तिकस्य अर्थः. सो कृ इति धातु दीर्घ ऋकारः अस्ति. रदाभ्यां निष्ठातो नः इति तत्र णत्वं भवति निष्ठा प्रक्रियायाम्, अतः क्तिन् प्रक्रियायाम् अपि णत्वं भवति. सो कीर्ण गीर्ण इत्यस्य स्थाने कीर्णि गिर्णि इति भवति. लून, so lu is in the lwadi gana. So by lwadibhyah you get the natva. Similar natva will happen for the ktin pratyay also. So luni, dhuni, puni, and so on. He gives a few more aspects of the prakriya. We are going to see those in tomorrow's class when we discuss the ktin prakriya in details. Parantu ekavaram vadami, lhad iti dhatuhu asti. 3073 in Kaumudi atra asti. ल्हाद धातु इत्यस्य सूत्रमपि मया पाठितं. ल्हादो निष्ठायां ल्हाद इत्यस्य उपधायाः ह्रस्वः भवति. सो ल्हाद निष्ठा प्रत्यये परे ल्हन् इति भवति. एतादृशं कार्यं क्तिन् प्रत्यये परे अपि भवति. सो he creates a vartikam for that. He says ल्हादः इति योग विभागात् क्तिनिर्ह्रस्वः. So lhado nisthayam ityatra yoga vibhagah karaniyah. It's also written over here. Lhadaha iti yoga vibhagah kriyate ktini api yatha syat. So lhad ityasya yoga vibhagam krutva lhad ityasya pir hasvadeshah bhavati. So lhad ityasya lhada plus ti lhatti. So here nakaradesha will not come because this is not dirgha rukaranta, or this is not in the lwadi gana. So that Nakaradesha was only restricted to rule vadibhya tin nishtha, but for Lhad, the upadharasva that was happening only for nishtha is also now being allowed for the tin. So pralhati iti bhavet. Why is it written pralanni? I need to check what is the correct form in the book. So next is teacher iti sutramasti. So teacher iti sutrena क्षर तथा फल इत्येतयोः अकारस्य उकारादेशः भवति इति सूत्रमपि अस्माभिः पठितं. सो चूर्तिः और फुल्तिः इति तत्र रूपाणि सिद्ध्यन्ति. सो तीच इति सूत्रेण तकारादौ प्रत्यये परतः, सो तिन् इस् तकारादि, तकारादौ प्रत्यये परतः चल तथा फल इत्येतयोः अकारस्य उकारादेशः भवति. So he is basically, see, Kaumudi, the Prakriya Grantha, so he is basically listing down some sutras in the Prakriya Krama that one might have forgotten at this point in time. We can actually ignore all this because tomorrow we are going to study the Tin Prakriya for all 2000 dhatus in sequence using our flowchart. So reading sutras randomly like this is thoroughly confusing, but just because it's just 2 or 3 sutras listed over here, I'll take it up. And finally, chayatehe तिनिच्छि भावः वाच्यः. सो चाय इति धातुः अस्ति, तत्र छि इति परिवर्तनं भवति. सो अपचितिः. सो अप प्लस चाय, अप इति उपसर्गः, अप प्लस चाय, चाय इत्यस्य छि आदेशः भवति, अपचितिः इति रूपं सिद्ध्यति. This also we will see in tomorrow's class. So all these prakriya related aspects we will see in tomorrow's class, but I spent some half an hour in explaining this particular sutram. किमर्थं तत्र नी इति प्रत्ययः अस्ति, कुत्रचित् क्विप् इति प्रत्ययः अस्ति, and so on. Shru yajistubhya karane tin pratyayasti. So there are a couple of important vartikas, and most important part I wanted to discuss was this particular abadayah prayogatah anusartavyaha, which I've discussed from the using the next slide. So there is a question, pratiyate anaya iti pratitihi. Can you derive it like this? So I don't think you can derive it like this because the karane tin pratyaya is limited to only these 2 or 3 dhatus. Pratiyate iti pratitihi iti prayah vaktum shaknumah. If there is some other pratyaya that causes this derivation, you can look it up in Vachaspathyam or somewhere else. Agre gacchamaha. So now we come to the actual last section of the sheet. 5 pratyayas rogakhyam bahulam ityasmat arabhya akroshe nayanihi iti paryantam. Ityatra sarvatra sarvebhyah dhatubhyah vishishteshu sandarbheshu pratyavidhanam kritamasti. So in all these cases, we do not have a pratyaya for a specific dhatu. We have a pratyaya for all the dhatus, but under very specific conditions. So prarabhamahe tatra rogakhyayam bahulam iti prathamam sutram. Extremely simple sutras, nothing is there. Rogakhyayam bahulam iti sutram. Anena sutrena रोगाख्यायाम यत्र रोगस्य नाम्नः निर्देशः कर्तव्यः. Well known words in the language that indicate some type of disease in the feminine form. These words are generated using the णवुल pratyaya. So रोगाख्यायाम णवुल bahulam, रोगाख्यायाम गम्यमानायाम धातोः णवुल प्रत्ययः bahulam bhavati. You cannot create your own rogas by randomly adding णवुल pratyaya. Well-known words of diseases in the language, well-known words in the language representing diseases in the feminine form are justified using the णवुल pratyaya. Tinnadinam apavadaha, because you don't use the tin pratyaya to indicate the roga. So in that, for those particular diseases. So that's how it is apavada. आख्याग्रहणं रोगस्य चेत् यदि कृदन्तेन रोगस्य नाम्नः निर्देशः क्रियते तर्हि प्रत्ययान्तेन संज्ञा आख्याग्रहं रोगस्य चेत् प्रत्ययान्तेन संज्ञा भवति. If the resultant word is a specific name of the roga and not general synonym for disease, specific name of the roga is being given over here. बहुलग्रहणं व्यभिचारार्थं सर्वत्र रोगस्य निर्देशार्थं णुवुल् एव भवति इति न कश्चन अन्यः प्रत्ययः अपि दृश्यते, परन्तु बहुत्र णुवुल् दृश्यते, तस्य स्पष्टीकरणार्थम् अत्र बहुलं शब्दः स्वीकृतः अस्ति. सो प्रच्छर्दिका छर्द इति धातुः अस्ति. You can actually go and see. छर्द, I think छर्द वमने इति धातुः अस्ति. This one. Charda vamane. So to vomit, for example, charda vamane. So a disease of vomiting. So essentially vomiting is called prachardika. Pravahika vah prapane. So a disease where a lot of fluid goes out of the body. Diarrhea, for example, is pravahika. Vicharchika, a skin disease, scabies is called vicharchika. Nacha bhavati. So somebody asking what is vyabhicharartham? This is vyabhicharartham. Nacha bhavati. So rogaख्यायाम णुवुल् इति वदामश्चेत् कः अर्थः? रोगस्य नाम्नः निर्देशार्थं णुवुल् प्रत्ययः भवति इति तत्र अर्थः भवेत्, परन्तु तादृशं नास्ति. रोगस्य नाम्नः निर्देशार्थं कुत्रचित् णुवुल् प्रत्ययः भवति इति आशयः. So he clarifies nacha bhavati शिरोर्तिः. So शिरसः अर्तिः, हेडेक्. तत्र तु क्तिन् प्रत्ययः एव अस्ति, रु धातोः क्तिन् प्रत्ययः एव अस्ति. So sometimes now shirorti is a name of a disease. So technically if you would have said rogaख्यायाम णुवुल्, we would have expected to do a णुवुल् pratyaya over here, but we get a क्तिन् pratyaya. That's why the bahulam word is written. So रोगाख्यायां गम्यमानायां धातोः बहुलं णुवुल् प्रत्ययः भवति. तिन्नादीनाम् अपवादः. उदाहरणानि प्रच्छर्दिका, प्रवाहिका, विचर्चिका. These are all names of diseases. Not, I mean, you might be able to find these diseases in Charaka Samhita, Sushruta Samhita, and so on. These are not like randomly cooked up names. न च भवति शिरोर्तिः, कुत्रचित् भवति कुत्रचित् न भवति. तदेव अत्र कौमुद्यामपि केवलम् उदाहरणानि दत्तानि. प्रच्छर्दिका, प्रवाहिका, विचर्चिका, क्वचिन्न भवति शिरोर्तिः इति भवितुमर्हति. प्र इति उपसर्गः, छर्द इति धातुः, तत्र छे च इति तुगागमः, अग्रेश्चुत्वेन चकारः. सो प्रच्छर्दिका, अत्र छे च इति तुगागमः, तदनन्तरं ह्रस्वात् अनन्तरं विद्यमानस्य ह्रस्वस्वरस्य अग्रे चकारः आगच्छति चेत् तुगागमः. And now that's all about this particular sutram. There is nothing more to it. And now from this point onwards in this sutram, what Kashika and Kaumudi both have done, and the reason why both have done is because Bhashya has done. So what actually Bhashya has done is Bhashya has collected some absolutely random statements, random vartikas in this particular context. These vartikas give pratyas. Not necessarily all these pratyas are given to dhatus. Not necessarily all these pratyas will change any kind of meaning. Not necessarily all these pratyas are in the feminine sense. So the next few vartikas, you can see all these written in the purple color in Kashika or red color in Kaumudi. All are basically completely irrelevant. Irrelevant in the sense out of context. The vartikas are relevant, they have their own meanings, but the context is completely irrelevant. Across these vartikas, we are not necessarily always talking about feminine. Some places we will talk about feminine words, but not always feminine, not necessarily always bhave, not necessarily always akartari chakarake samyayam, and so on. But in general, the vartikas, not even all the pratyas given over here are being attached to dhatus, but just a collection of random niyamas, random vartikas have been given. So dhatvartha nirdeshen vul vaktavyah. यत्र यत्र भावस्य निर्देशः करणीयः अस्ति, यत्र यत्र धातोः अर्थस्य निर्देशः करणीयः अस्ति, तत्र तत्र बहुत्र वुल् प्रत्ययः अपि भवति. सो इसेंशियली स्त्रियां क्तिन् नो चेत् घञ् इति ओरिजिनली धात्वर्थस्य निर्देशार्थं घञ् प्रत्ययः अस्ति, तेन सह इदानीं वुल् प्रत्ययः अपि अत्र उक्तः अस्ति. सो अस् इति आस् इत्यस्य आसिका इति भवति. आसिका इज द एक्ट ऑफ सिटिंग. शींग धातु शायिका इति भवति. Shayika is the act of sleeping. So it is the dhatvartha. So the act of doing, the actual, that kriya itself is being indicated by the vul pratyaya. So asika vartate, shayika vartate iti asya udaharanam. So kaumudim api pashyamah dhatvartha nirdeshena vul vaktavyah asika vartate, shayika vartate, and so on. अग्रिमं वार्तिकम् इक्ष्टिपौ धातु निर्देशे बहुत्र अष्टाध्याय्यां विशेष रूपेण यत्र यत्र धातोः निर्देशः सूत्रेषु करणीयः अस्ति तत्र तत्र पाणिनिना इक् इति प्रत्ययः धातोः प्रयुज्य नो चेत् स्टिप् इति प्रत्ययस्य तत् प्रयोगं कृत्वा रूपं साधितम् अस्ति. So dhatu nirdeshe, understand the difference between beautifully written vartikas. Understand the difference. Dhatvartha nirdeshena vul vaktavyah, dhatu nirdeshe ikstipau. When you want to indicate the semantics, asa ityasya semantics asti to sit down, sheen ityasya semantics asti to sleep. When you want to indicate that semantics, vul is being given. On the other hand, when you want to actually indicate the dhatu itself, the anupurvi, the syntax, you will use ik or kship. You means Panini has used it in Ashtadhyayi, and that's what the Vartika is capturing. Very well known Vartika, everybody of you know this as a niyama. Many times when we see a certain dhatu used in a sutra, so for example, vidhi vidhichide kurach or innajji sartibhyak varap and so on. So sarti, bhidi, chidi, and so on. All these forms are actually generated using the ik pratyaya, or pachati, pathati, and so on. All these forms are generated using the shtip pratyaya. So ikštipau dhatu nirdeshe iti vartikam atra pathitam asti. वर्णात् कारः वर्ण कस्यापि वर्णस्य यदि निर्देशः कर्तव्यः अस्ति, निर्देश comes from the previous vartikam. सो कस्यापि वर्णस्य निर्देशः करणीयः अस्ति चेत् कार इति शब्दः प्रयुज्यते. से ककार, पकार, मकार. So on the first day of your learning Sanskrit, you might have heard these words pakara, makara, sakara, and all that. Where does that kara come from? The vartika is given over here. So kara is, God knows whether you should call it as a pratyaya, whether you should call it as uttarapada or whatever. But this kara thing comes and sits next to any letter. Varnat karaha, giving rise to words like akara, ikara, and so on. So varnat karaha nirdeshartham eva. So akara, kakara. So is there any particular meaning of the word kara, is somebody asking? Basically here they just say in Padamanjari, they just say it's a pratyaya. They also talk kakarasya itsamyana bhavati. So kar iti pratyarupena स्वीकुर्मश्चेत् ककारस्य इत्संज्ञा भवेत् लशक्क तद्धिते इति तत्र आक्षेपः प्रयोजनस्य अभावात् न भवति. So वर्णात् कारः निर्देशार्थम एव अत्र भवति. So somebody is asking, these words are pullinga. Yes, these words are pullinga, and that's what I said 5 minutes ago, that starting with dhatvartha nirdeshen vulvaktavyah, all these vartikas have nothing to do with the context. They have nothing to do with striyamatin. They have nothing to do with bhave. They have nothing to do with krudanta prakaranam also. Like for example, what does it mean ikštipau dhatu nirdesha in krudanta prakaranam? Or what does it mean varanat karaha in krudanta prakaranam? Is just a random collection of vartikas that you have to study separately, independent of the context. I have no idea why these vartikas are present over here, but they are present in the bhashyam. Therefore, they have been just taken verbatim as they are into Kashika and Kaumudi. This is definitely not the right place for teaching any of these vartikas. So varnat karaha tatra न्यासे तथा पदमंजर्यां कुंभकारः इत्यत्र विद्यमानः कारशब्दः अयमेव कारशब्दः अत्र अस्ति वा? कुंभं करोति इति कुंभकारः, तादृशमेव अकारम् अस्माकं मनसि कारयति सः अकारः. So that kind of discussion is also there in, I think, one of the commentaries. I think Bala Manorama or Nyasa, some one of them. But irrespective of all that, the final conclusion over there is that kakara kara is taken as a pratyaya. So akaraha, ikaraha, and all that. Now the funny thing is, what kind of pratyaya is kara? Because if it is a krut pratyaya, you cannot attach it to a pratipadikam. A is a pratipadikam, E is a pratipadikam. Every varna is a pratipadikam. So तत्र तर्हि प्रातिपदिकस्य कथञ्चित् धातौ परिवर्तनं कृत्वा तदनन्तरं तत्र कार इत्यस्य योजनं करणीयम्, or you take it as a non krudanta pratyaya, say tadhita pratyaya, which can come to any pratipadika whatever. So essentially this is not a right place for all these particular statements. And more interestingly, these are like trying to justify the current usages, like akara, ikara, all these are well known usages. Somehow they have to be justified using kara as a pratyaya. That's what they are doing. Rat ipha. So if it is a re r, tarhi tatra repha iti uchyate. So अकार लकार सकार परंतु र अस्ति चेत तत्र रेफ इति उच्यते. So he creates another pratyaya over there. Rat ipha. So r plus ipha, r full rakara is there, plus ipha gunam krutva reph iti shabdah siddhyati. तत्र रेफ इत्यस्य स्थाने रकार इति अपि अवश्यं प्रयुज्यते. So many people get confused that is rakara a right word? Yes, rakara is also right word. In addition, repha is also right word. That is explained ahead in the Padamanjari. Katham tarhi rakaradini namani. So rakaradini namani shrunushva Parvati or something. There is some statement by Shiva to Parvati. So katham tarhi rakaradini namani. So vasarupa vidhina tatra kara api bhavati. So somehow he brings vasarupa vidhi over here. Basically all mix and match is being done over here. You have to finally accept and bow down to the prayoga. So rakara iti api sadhu prayoga, reph iti api sadhu prayoga asti. This complexity or chaos is going to increase for next few vartikas, but let's see this kaumudi part. So dhatvarada nirdeshe and vulvaktavya, this I already discussed. Ikštipau dhatu nirdeshe pachi pachati. So both of these examples are over here. This kshtip pratyaya is very beautiful. शकारः अस्ति तत्र सार्वधातुककार्यार्थः, पकारः अस्ति तत्र, पकारस्य किं प्रयोजनं, स्वरविधानमिति प्रयोजनं नास्ति, पकारस्य ह्रस्वस्य पितिकृति तुक् इति प्रयोजनं नास्ति, पकारस्य तत्र सार्वधातुकप्रत्ययस्य सार्वधातुकम् अपित इति ङित्वद्भावः मा भूत्. So essentially if you just say shti, then it will be a sarvadhatuka apit pratyaya and it will not cause the guna. So likha ityasya likhati iti samanya rupena bhavati, parantu shtip iti pratyayah likha plus shtip iti bhavati chet lekhati iti bhavati. Kimartham तत्र पकारः अस्ति, पकारस्य कारणात् अयं प्रत्ययः ङित्वत् न भवति, अतः तत्र गुणः अवश्यं भवति. So difference between sh pratyaya and shapa pratyaya, the pratyaya for the first gana and the sixth gana, that's exactly been captured over here. Sh and shapa. So shtip ityatra sh and pa, both of them are there. So it makes it a sarvadhatuka pitta pratyaya, making a guna possible everywhere. So ikštipau dhatu nirdeshe tatra in kaumudi pachi pachati iti udaharani. वर्णात् कारः अकारः ककारः रात् इफः रेफः इति उदाहरणम् इति सर्वाणि वार्तिकानि दृष्टानि. There are a few questions over here. Let me take a look. धात्वधिकारे बहुलवचनात् अधातोः अपि अत्र प्रत्ययविधानार्थम् इदं वार्तिकम् is somebody is saying acceptable explanation. So he says you have a bahulam word over here. This bahulam is for all kind of vyabhichara, and what vyabhichara is over here? Atra adhatoho api atra pratyayah bhavati. So that is an acceptable explanation. As I mentioned, you have to somehow justify these pratyayas, and even if you don't justify, these exist, so you can justify them. Now the question on the top of it, krudanta prakarane kimartham etat sarvam asti, tadhita prakarane kimartham nasti. So varnat karah radhifa iti prayah tadhita prakarane bhavet, kimartham krudanta prakarane asti. So you can have questions one after the other, and you can justify somehow by saying bahulam. So the question is dhatvadhikare bahulavachanat adhatoho api pratyayvidhanartham idam vartikam. Can this explanation be considered correct? Yes, this explanation can definitely be considered correct, but there can be a counter question on that, which you can have to finally justify by saying bahulam. Anyway, agre gacchamaha. Matvarthat chaha. Very weird vartikam. Matvartha iti shabdah asti, not the matvartha in the tadhita prakaranam. So those of you who have studied Tadhita Prakaranam know that there is a separate artha in Tadhita is called Matvartha. That is not being talked over here. It is the Anupurvi verbatim word called Matvartha. Asmat Matvartha iti shabdat cha iti pratyayah kriyate Matvarthiyah iti tatra rupam siddhyati. Cha iti pratyasya ayaneyiniya. This sutram, which is a patent sutram in Tadhita Prakaranam. This sutram you don't use in the Krudanta Prakaranam that much. You use it in primarily in the Tadhita Prakaranam. So ayaneyiniya phadakachagam pratyadinam anena sutrena tatra cha ityasya iya iti adeshah bhavati. So matvartha plus cha will give matvarthiya iti shabdah kathanchit siddhyati. Now, why is this Vartikam added over here? What it has to do with the Krudantas? Absolutely nothing. And that's why Tattva Bodhini also says, Anyetu na etat Krudantam. Many people say this is not a Krudanta at all. This in Tadhita Prakranam, there is actually a Cha Pratyaya. So there is a Cha Pratyaya in the Tadhitadhikara Prakrita Chaha. Ityatra Cha Pratyaya diyate. So he says, Nochet Tatra Bhava. You can have other sections also where is you can have Cha Pratyaya in other sections also. So he says, Matvarthe Bhava iti vigruhya gahatitvā cha pratyये tadhitantam eva ityahuhu. So gahadi is a gana. We can go to the gana part and see this gahadi gana. This gahadi gana is in this particular sutram 4 to 138, which is a sutram in the Tadhita Prakaranam. In this gahadi gana, there is a cha which is a Tadhita pratyaya given. So gah इत्येवम् आदिभ्यः प्रातिपदिकेभ्यः छ इति प्रत्ययः भवति. You just take this matvartha and put it in the gahadi gana. That is what Tattva Bodhini is saying. This is not Krudanta at all. There is no need to make it Krudanta over here. Matvarthe bhava iti tasya vigraham krutva gahaditvat. Put it in the gahadi gana, add a cha pratyaya and make it tadhitanta. So that is what is the argument for this matvartha chaha. Another problem is that if you add a cha pratyaya on the word matvartha, then it will be matvartha plus cha. Cha will become iya, so it will be matvartha plus iya, and a guna will happen, and matvartheya will be the final form. Whereas the correct form is matvartheya, so then you force an akara lopa. So matvartha plus iya ityatra thakarottaraस्य akarasya kathanchit lopah karaniyah. So as always, bahula vachanad. When you don't find anything, even in an answer sheet, feel free to write bahula vachanad. So bahula vachanad akara lopaha. That's actually useless. I mean, talking everything in bahula vachanad is not really a a good thing. But anyway, but if you make this pratyaya in the Tadhita Prakaranam, then you can actually get rid of that akara by yasyeti cha. So there is a sutram that will get rid of that akara. So it makes much more sense to move it to the Tadhita Prakaranam, but this has been written over here. The reason why Kashika and Kaumudi write is it is because it's there in the Bhashyam, and the reason why it is in the Bhashyam is possibly because Bhashyam is rendered as a student teacher dialogue. So when a student and teacher communicate, a lot of times subject astray, something completely different gets discussed. In our classes also these things happen many times. So then if that also gets documented and gets carried ahead by the tradition, then some irrelevant bits and pieces get added to certain sutras. So in my understanding, that's what must have happened. Or if there is some other logical explanation for these vartikas being over here other than bahulam, because bahulam is definitely not logical. It is somehow a way to justify something that is given. So but if there is some logical reason, and if anybody of you finds out, please educate me also on that. Anyway, a few more vartikas. In ajadibhyah. So here aja iti dhatuhu, at iti dhatuhu, ubhayatra in iti pratyaya bhavati. So this makes sense to be there in the Kradanta Prakranam. Ajihi, atihi, adihi iti shabdaha. Ika krushyadibhyah. Krusha iti dhatuhu, kru iti dhatuhu. Sarvatra ika iti pratyaya bhavati. So krushi or kira iti dhatu, I think. Kiri. So Adibhya means what? There is no gana or anything like that. You just have to look at one or two prayogas. or the list that is given in the Vyakhyana. So aji, ati, adi ityatra sarvatra इण इति प्रत्ययः अस्ति, इक इति प्रत्ययः अस्ति, कृषि तथा करि इत्यत्र इक प्रत्ययः अस्ति. Let's quickly see in the Unadi Patha, do they have the such a Krushi word already defined? They don't have. Or so these words are not there in the Unadi Patha. Let's see this Adi also. If many times such words are present in the Unadi Patha. Oh, we are in the Gana Patha. Sorry, I'm looking at a wrong place. Yeah, that's what I mean. I had seen this, was pretty much confident. So Igipadva Kit. So Krushi is a word generated by the Unadi Patha, or this Adi word. Adi is not here. The Krushi, for example, or there might be some other. So Krushi, I was pretty sure. So this word is generated by Unadi Patha. So these words possibly are also generated by Unadi Patha. These are not the sutras. So Panini has not created it. Bhashyakara probably added this as Vartikas. So there might be already replacement Unadi sutras which are taking care of these words. So that reminds, let's see if Shruti is also there in the Unadi Patha. Somebody was asking earlier. So no, I don't think Shruti is there in the Unadi Patha. Anyway, maybe in the Dashapadi Unadi Patha, there is a separate Unadi Patha called Dashapadi Unadi Patha, which has a bigger number of sutras. So maybe it could be there. Anyway, so Ikka Krushadibhya, there is another Vartikam in Kaumudi. Iya Vapadibhya. So Vapi, Vasi, Ityatra Sarvatra Iya Pratyaya Bhavati. So he gives three different pratyas. He gives a pratyay called Ina, he gives pratyay called Iya, he gives pratyay for called Ikka, and he gives different final forms. So Iya tatha Ina Ityatra Sware Visheshaha. Nakarasya Bhinnah Swaraha, Yakarasya Bhinnah Swara. So he says Sware Bhedaha. कृष गिर गृ इत्यत्र सर्वत्र तु ककारः अस्ति, अतः गुणः निषिध्यते. सो कृष becomes कृषिः, गृ becomes गिरिः. Here also it's I think kru becomes kirihi, and so on. So basically the original sutra was one line, rogakhyayam gamyamanayam dhatoho nibul pratyayo bahulam bhavati. Rest all were irrelevant vartikas presented over here. Agre gachhamaha. I think three more sutras are remaining. Four more sutras. We spent too much time on this. Four more. Samnyayam. Saralam sutram. Samnyayam vishaye dhatoho nivul pratyaya bhavati. No brainer. Yatra rudhi shabdasya samnya shabdasya nirmanam kathanchit दर्शनीयम् अस्ति, तस्य साधुत्वं ज्ञापनीयम् अस्ति, तत्र णुवुल् प्रत्ययेन तस्य साधुत्वं ज्ञाप्यते. उद्दालकपुष्पभञ्जिका, वर्णपुष्पप्रचायिका, अभ्युषखादिका, आचोषखादिका, शालभञ्जिका, तालभञ्जिका. What are these Greek and Latin names? They are the names of some kind of competitions or some kind of games, some kind of krida. So Uddalaka Pushpa Bhanjika, a specific type of game which involves picking or breaking the flowers of a tree named as Uddalaka. Varana Pushpa Prachayika, a specific type of game which involves picking, chi iti dhatuhu, picking the flowers of a tree called Varana. Abhyushakadika, Achoshakadika, a specific type of eating competitions, like eating 10 gulab jamuns and 50 gulab jamuns and 100 gulab jamuns. So Abhyushakadika, a competition of eating a certain number of certain type of food. Achoshakadika. Shala Bhanjika. Shala and Tala are again the names of trees. Shala Bhanjika, Tala Bhanjika. So the competition that involves breaking, cutting these particular trees. So all these are very well known names in the languages. संज्ञायाम इति सूत्रेण एतेषां सर्वेषां साधुत्वं दीयते. अत्र सर्वत्र कृद विग्रह कथम अस्ति? सो उद्दालक पुष्प भंजिका, सिंपल एक्चुअली, मोस्ट ऑफ यू शुड बी एबल टू गेट इट. उद्दालकस्य पुष्पाणि भज्यन्ते अस्यां क्रीडायां सा उद्दालक पुष्प भंजिका. There is a sutram in the samasa prakaranam that causes a compulsory tatpurusha samasa over here. So samasa prakarane nityam krida jivikayoho iti sutram asti. Krida ityasya vishay. If you in fact go to that sutram 2217 nityam krida jivikayoho, exactly these examples are given. Uddalaka pushpa bhanjika, varana pushpa prachayika. So क्रीडायाम नित्यम षष्ठी समस्यते तत्पुरुष समासः भवति. So this is a tatpurusha samasa, this is a shashti tatpurusha, but because it is a nitya samasa, it will cause an aswapada vigraha. Therefore, I have explicitly given a vigraha over here. Uddalakasya pushpani bhajyante asyam kridayam. I think Nyasa or Padamanjari, one of these gives exactly these words. We can actually see. Uddalakasya pushpani bhajyante asyam kridayam. Uh, Give me 1 minute. Ha. Uddal, Ushleshmataka. Both of these are equally unknown to me, but names of trees. Tasya pushpani bhajyante yasyam क्रीडायाम इति शेषः सा उद्दाल पुष्प भंजिका. Or abhyusha iti apupa vishesha, a specific type of pakodas or whatever, apupa anarasa iti api uchyate. अभ्यूष इति यस्याम क्रीडायां नो चेत् महोत्सवे अस्मिन् महोत्सवे खाद्यते, that is अभ्यूष खादिका. तालस्य भज्जनं यस्या इति तालभञ्जिका. सर्वत्र क्रीडा और कॉम्पिटिशन इति अस्ति, संदर्भः अस्ति. दैट्स व्हाई नित्यं क्रीडा जीविकयोः इति षष्ठी समासः, नित्यं षष्ठी समासः तत्र भवति. So that's it. Samnyayam, specific those 4 5 words. Somebody saying dohada kriya. I don't know what that means, but if are you asking that this is another word telling that another word derived by this sutram? So I don't know. So this is basically for krida related words, is what I understand from the commentaries. I have no clue. I mean, who will? There's a question. What? Where are the real prayogas of this? Please find out where are the real prayogas of this, where you actually see those words in the literature. Uddala Pushpa Bhanjika, Varna Pushpa Prachayika. I have no clue. And that, that statement is unfortunately true for many such words, like very obscure and remote words that are generated by various sutras. Where are these words actually used? Etesham prayogah tatra mrugyah tatra anveshtavyaha. Oh, somebody is saying Shala Bhanjika is in Malavika Agnimitram. So this word is used in the Malavika Agnimitram. I should have remembered this. Anyway, many years ago I've studied this. Agre gacchamaha. अग्रिमं सूत्रं विभाषाख्यान परिप्रश्नयोरिच. I think 3 or 2 more sutras remaining, so 3 more. विभाषाख्यान परिप्रश्नयोरिच पर्यायार्हरणोत्पत्तिषुण्वुच आक्रोशे नय्यनिः. So on the previous sutram, somebody is saying Shala Bhanjika is also a name of an idol. So possibly. So here I think the context is specifically about the kriya, because no, I think Uddala Pushpa Bhanjika, that context is for the kriya. For other words like Varana Pushpa Prachayika, Abhyusha Khadika, Shala Bhanjika, and so on, they don't necessarily say it is kriya. Sorry, it is krida. So maybe that context, there could be other context. So I stand corrected over here. So this Uddalaka Pushpa Bhanjika is specifically about the krida. Other words, as long as they are well known Rudhi words, Samnya, it can be krida or it can be some other. So somebody is saying Dohad Kriya. So some other kriyas or some other actions are also possible with these other words over here. And somebody is saying Shala Bhanjika is used in Bhatti Vikramarka. I don't know if that a name of a kavyam or whatever. Anyway, so thank you very much. We have lot of interesting usages, and I'm so happy that people already know the usages of these words. So glad to see uh, such a smart audience over here. I am getting a many more comments over here. So regarding some more usages of this word. So thank you very much. But agre gachhamaha, I won't be able to complete the remaining sutras. So agrimam sutram vibhasha आख्यान परिप्रश्नयो rincha. So vibhasha vikalpena atra agrima sutre pratyay vidhanam kritam asti. I'm going to request everybody to please move your attention to the next sutram. Many people are typing examples after examples, I think, after looking into kalpadruma or vachaspatyam for the previous sutram. But yeah, there was one question on what is the usage or real life usage, and thankfully we have now 10 more answers for all these usages. So thank you very much. Let's now stop the discussion of previous sutram and move to the next sutram. We have 3 more sutras to discuss. So agre asti vibhasha आख्यान परिप्रश्नयोरीच विभाषा विकल्पेन अत्र प्रत्यय विधानं कृतमस्ति ईय इति प्रत्ययः. सो ईय इति प्रत्ययः विकल्पेन पक्षे यः कोऽपि अन्यः क्तिन् भवेत् युच् भवेत् अ भवेत् अङ् भवेत् यः कोऽपि अन्यः प्रत्ययः अस्ति सः अपि भवति. विकल्पेन ईय इति प्रत्ययः विधीयते सर्वेभ्यः धातुभ्यः कस्मिन् संदर्भे आख्यान. सो सवर्ण दीर्घ अस्ति आख्यान and pariprashna. Pariprashna is repeatedly asking questions one after the other to gain more and more information. So don't confuse it with pratiprashna. Pratiprashna is counter questioning, tad bhinnam. परिप्रश्न पुनः पुनः प्रश्न करणम तद विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया. Ask questions again and again. So that is परिप्रश्न. And when you ask multiple questions, the response is usually a long story or a long narration with all the possible details. So that's called akhyana. So pariprashna is an act of asking questions one after the other. Akhyana is the response to that, which is an elongated, which is a detailed narration. So परिप्रश्नः so परिप्रश्नः तथा आख्यानम् एतयोः सन्दर्भः अस्ति. A debate, for example, you can say one party is asking questions, other is replying, or an interview or something like that. तस्मिन् सन्दर्भे विकल्पेन ईय इति प्रत्ययः भवति. So परिप्रश्ने कौमुदीं पठन् अस्मि. परिप्रश्ने आख्याने च गम्यमाने और गम्ये ईय स्यात् चात्. So चकारः अस्ति. Chakarah anubul. So chakareణ anubul api bhavati. In the previous sutram we had anubul that comes as an anuvritti. So chakareణ anubul api bhavati. Vibhasha uktehe yatha praptam anyepi pratyayaha bhavanti. So vibhasha is there, so all other pratyayas will come. Chakara is there, so anubul will also come. What is the context? The context is like a debate or like a question answer session or like an interview where you're asking questions one after the other and the other party is giving detailed answers. So vibhasha iti uktarthatvat yatha praptam anyepi. So look at this very beautiful statement. Kam tvam karim karikam kriyam krutyam krutim va akarshi. So kru dhatu, and he has shown all possible pratyayas over here. So kru dhatu asti. So what did you do? So for example, you are taking an interview. What did you do that day? Where did you visit? Where did you have lunch? Whom did you meet? And so on. You're asking questions one after the other, and the other party is explaining the detailed answers. So here kam tvam karim. So kru dhatoho iya pratyay krute kari shabdaha. नो चेत् क्रू धातोः णुबुल् प्रत्यये कृते कारिका इति शब्दः. नो चेत् क्रू धातोः, रिमेम्बर श इति अपि प्रत्ययः अस्ति. वी हैव सीन दिस लिस्ट. क्रुयश् च इत्यत्र क्यप श क्तिन्, all these pratyayas are there for kru dhatu. All these will also come because of vibhasha. So क्रियां तत्र श प्रत्ययः अस्ति. कृत्यां तत्र क्यप प्रत्ययः अस्ति. कृतिम तत्र क्तिन प्रत्यय अस्ति. And all this eventually will have a main kriya. So akarshi. So काम त्वं कारिं कारिकां क्रियां कृत्यां कृतिं वा अकार्षिः इति प्रश्नः. So this is परिप्रश्न. And then he replies, आख्यान सर्वां कार्यं कारिकां क्रियां कृत्यां कृतिं वा aham akarsham. Same set of words is being replicated over here. Another example he gives, gana iti dhatuः अस्ति, इय प्रत्ययं कृत्वा गणिं गणि इति भवति, णवुल् प्रत्ययं कृत्वा गणिका इति भवति, युच् प्रत्ययः अपि अत्र भवितुम् अर्हति, ण्यासश्रन्थो युच दशमगणस्य धातुः अस्ति, णिच् प्रत्ययान्तः अस्ति, अतः युच् प्रत्ययः भवति, गणना इति भवति. So गणिं गणिकां गणनां, these are also different words possible in an आख्यान and परिप्रश्न. पाचिम पच धातुः इय प्रत्ययः उपधावृद्धिं कृत्वा पाची, णबुल् प्रत्ययः पाचिका, पचा अंग इति प्रत्ययः अस्ति. सो डु पचश इति शित् धातुः अस्ति, सो यू गेट अंग प्रत्यय शित् भिदादिभ्यों. पक्ति क्तिन् इति प्रत्ययः अस्ति, स्थागापा पचो भावे इति क्तिन् प्रत्ययः. सो एंटायर स्त्री प्रकरणं, स्त्री अधिकार has to be running in front of your eyes to generate all these forms. Very beautiful examples. So somebody is asking, is it applicable to all dhatus? Yes, it is applicable to all dhatus, but the context is very limited. So if it's just one question and one answer, you don't see this, or is it just stating a fact, you don't see this usage. It is specifically for akhyana and pariprashna. So this is explained in Kashika. Let's actually read this particular sutrartha. I'll skip the first line, this part, I'll come to it in a minute. परिप्रश्ने आख्याने च गम्यमाने धातोः इय प्रत्ययः भवति सर्वेभ्यः धातुभ्यः, चकारात् णवुल् अपि भवति, विभाषा ग्रहणात् परः अपि यः प्राप्नोति, यः कोऽपि अन्यः प्रत्ययः तत्र भवितुमर्हति सः अपि भवति. काम त्वं कारिम akarshi, same words but he is creating separate sentences. Just listen how beautifully it renders to your ears. काम त्वं कारिम akarshi, काम कारिकाम akarshi, काम क्रियाम akarshi, काम कृत्याम akarshi, काम कृतिम akarshi. Various pratyas, same pratyay is being used in an answer. सर्वां कारिम akarsham, सर्वां कारिकाम akarsham, सर्वां क्रियाम akarsham, सर्वां कृत्याम akarsham, सर्वां कृतिम akarsham. 5 different forms, same thing in the Kaumudi. Second example, gana iti dhatuhu, same examples as in Kaumudi he is putting in the sentences. काम गणिम अजी गणः, लुंग लकारस्य रूपम् अस्ति, counted इति अर्थः. काम गणिम अजीगणः, काम गणिकाम अजीगणः, काम गणनाम अजीगणः. सर्वां गणिम अजीगणम अहम अजीगणम, सर्वां गणिकाम अजीगणम, सर्वां गणनाम अजीगणम. यज इति धातुः अस्ति, याजिम याजिकाम, णवुल् सॉरी इय एंड णवुल्, याचिम याचिकाम, इय एंड णवुल्, पाचिम पाचिकाम पचाम पक्तिम. So pachim is ear, pachikam is णवुल, pacham is ang. I just now explained over here. Paktim is tina, pathim pathikam pathitim, and so on. Very beautiful sutram with multiple forms you can use in such a context. Akhyana pariprashnayoho iti kim. So even though these are like such nice versatile forms, you cannot use them in a general context. Saha kritim karoti tatra ityete sarve shabdaha naiva bhavitum arhanti. So krutihi rutihi normal ktin pratyaya eva tatra bhavet only when the specific context is about akhyana and pariprashna. In fact, it should be reverse. First pariprashna and then akhyana. First questions after questions and then detailed answer. That particular setup, you're allowed to use this sutram. And that's what the first line in Kashika says. Purvam pariprashna. The first thing is pariprashna. The next thing is akyanam, pashtad akyanam. Parantu sutre kim asti? Vibhasha आख्यान परिप्रश्नयोः. तर्हि सूत्रे किमर्थं क्रमः विरुद्धः कृतः? सूत्रे परिप्रश्न आख्यानयोः इति किमर्थं नोक्तम्? यदि प्रथमं परिप्रश्नः अनन्तरम् आख्यानं, तर्हि सूत्रे विभाषा आख्यान परिप्रश्नयोः इति किमर्थम् उक्तं चेत् सूत्रे अल्पाच्तरस्य पूर्वनिपातः. This is a द्वन्द्व समास. In द्वन्द्व समास there is a specific rule on who comes first and who comes second. Ramascha Lakshmanascha will be Rama Lakshmanau, and Lakshmanascha Ramascha will also be Rama Lakshmanau. We never say Lakshmana Ramau. There are specific rule. Alpach taram iti ekam sutram asti. Yasmin shabde nyunaha स्वराः सः शब्दः प्रारम्भे आगच्छति सो सूत्रे अल्पाक्षरस्य पूर्वनिपातः आख्यान has only 3 swaras pariprashna has 4 swaras so akhyana will come first just like rama will come first and then lakshmana so रविभाषा आख्यान परिप्रश्नयोः इति तत्र सूत्रं निर्दिष्टम् अस्ति अग्रे गच्छामः टू मोर सूत्रस एंड देन वी विल स्टॉप पर्यायार्हणोपत् पर्यायार्हणोर्पत्तिषण्वुच् इति णवुच् प्रत्ययः एंड आक्रोशे नै अनिः इति अनि प्रत्ययः सरलं सूत्रद्वयं पर्यायार्हणोत्पत्तिषण्वुच् understand the sutra cheda first of all. For many months I used to speak this sutra in a completely incorrect way. I used to ignore this rape, second rape. So paryayar hano patishun, which is what I used to say hano. This second rape is there, so it is paryayar harno patishun which. What is the padacheda? Padacheda is paryaya plus arha, so there is a savarna dirgham plus runa. So arha plus runa. There is a guna going on over here. Paryayar harna and utpatti. So there is a double rape over here. Paryayar harnotpattishu anavucha. 4 contexts are given. Paryaya is paripatikramaha, your turn to sleep. Remember, we saw exact this word in Bhavadhikara also. Let's see if I can quickly see that sutram. Vyupayoshete paryaye, this one. So we saw this word and hastadane che. So this one paravanupatye inaha vyupayoshete paryaye. So tava vishayaha, mama vishayaha. So your turn to sleep, my turn to sleep, your turn to go ahead, my turn to go ahead, and so on. So this paryaya word which is derived over here is being used in this sutram. Paryaya, paripatikramaha, your turn to do something, and so on. So that is one context. Arhanam, eligibility, that second context. Runam, debt, that third context. And utpatti, birth of a certain desire is the context. That's the fourth context. So eteshu artheshu dhatoho णविच प्रत्ययः भवति सर्वेभ्यः धातुभ्यः एतेषु अर्थेषु. So bhavatah shayika, your turn to sleep. Bhavatah agragrasika, your turn to eat first. Kaumudi says bhavatah agragamika, your turn to go ahead. So that's example of paryaya. Second meaning is arha. Arha is eligibility. So bhavan ikshubhakshikam arhati. So bhavan ikshubhakshikam. Ikshubhakshika is a type of sweet made from sugarcane. So bhavan ikshubhakshikam arhati. You are eligible to take that sweet. Maybe you have won some competition or you have done the task or whatever and you are eligible to take that sweet. So bhavan ikshubhakshikam. So this particular action of eating the sugar cane or that sweet, you deserve that. Runam. So that's third aspect. Runam. Ikshubhakshikam me dharayasi. Very peculiar prayogas are being justified over here. Ikshubhakshikam me. Me tukte mama. Mama ikshubhakshikam dharayasi. You owe me a sweet or you owe me that sugar cane. Ikshubhakshikam mama dharayasi. Mama runam asti. You hold a debt on me. Basically, I have given you that and you have to return it back to me. So, mama ikshubhakshikam dharayasi or bhavan ikshubhakshikam, sorry, next one. Ikshubhakshikam mama bhavan dharayati. Odana bhojikam dharayati. So, you owe me a lunch. Payapayikam dharayati. You owe me a drink. So, इक्षुभक्षिकां मे धारयसि ओदन भोजिकां मे धारयसि पयपायिकां मे धारयसि. In all these cases you can see a णवुच्च प्रत्यय is being used over here. णवुच्च vu ityasya ak iti bhavati, yoranakau ak iti bhavati. In the feminine form it will be bhakshika pratyasthat kad ityanena ikaradeshah api bhavati. Odana bhojika payaf payika ikshubhakshika and so on. So we saw these paryaya. The example was bhavatah shayika, bhavatah agragrasika, अग्रगामिका and so on. अर्ह इत्यत्र इक्षुभक्षिका इति उदाहरणं दृष्टं, तदेव दृष्टं ऋण इत्यस्य विषये अपि उदाहरणं, तदेव उदाहरणं ऋण इत्यस्य विषये अपि इक्षुभक्षिका, ओदन भोजिका, पयःपायिका. Fourth is janma, utpatti. Utpatti is the fourth meaning. Desire, a creation of a desire. So ikshubhakshika me udapadi. My desire of eating that particular ikshubhakshika has been born. Basically, I now have a desire of eating that sweet. Odana bhojika. I have a desire of having, say, rice. I have a desire of drinking milk. So all these desires are now taking birth. That's the context over here. Utpatti ityukte janma, utpatto ikshubhakshika me udapadi, odana bhojika me ityukte mama udapadi, payafpaika mama udapadi, and so on. विभाषा इत्येव पूर्वस्मात् सूत्रात् विभाषा इत्यपि अत्र अनुवर्तते. सो विभाषा इत्येव विकल्पेन एव अन्ये प्रत्ययाः अपि भवन्ति. सो चिकीर्षा उत्पद्यते and so on. Somebody asked a question, answer is right over there. So question was asked, given Anuvul Pratyay, why there is a Anuvucha? Obviously Swarartham. So Anuvuli Prakrute Pratyanta Karanam Swarartham. Kidrushaha Swaraha. So Anuvucha is not giving a special Swara. Understand this point. Anuvucha is not giving a special Swara. Actually, it can be giving a special Swara. But the technical point, more important point is Anuvula was giving a special Swara. लित्त इत्यनेन तत्र विशेषः स्वरः उच्यते. So that swara has to be removed and therefore a chakara has been added. So ऋण्वुलि प्रकृते प्रत्यांत करणं स्वरार्थं लित्त इत्यस्य भिन्नः स्वरः. I think लित्तः इति तत्र सूत्रमस्ति, if I'm not mistaken. लिति इति सूत्रमस्ति. Is it specific? लिट् प्रत्यय परे प्रत्यात् पूर्वमुपस्थितः स्वरः उदात्तः भवति. So will had a certain swara. That swara has been removed and for that chakara has been added. So vuli prakrute pratyant karanam swarartham. There is a question over here. Why does Kaumudi not say Vibhasha? Because maybe Kaumudi does not believe it is Vibhasha. I don't know. I mean, there could be difference in the way commentaries are, discussing the matter. So according to Kashika, this is Vibhasha. Kaumudi, I think, is more closer to the Bhashyam. Bhashya might not be saying Vibhasha. So when you do a comparison between Kashika and Kaumudi, you always see this, that Kaumudi is actually much closer to the Bhashyam. Kashika many times creates his own siddhantas based on uh, the language usage available or prominent in that particular time period. So many times even the sutras are different across Kashika and Mahabhashyam. Different in the sense part Vedas are there. So Kaumudi does not say Vibhasha. So according to Kaumudi, maybe that Vibhasha part is not present or he doesn't think it is important to be given over here. Parantu atra Kashikayam tu Vibhasha iti uktamasti. So there is a question which probably I don't understand, but let me read. I have not seen a useful usage for the Swara Nirnaya. So Swara Nirnaya is kind of completely useless in the today's world when you don't speak these words in a particular Swara. But for example, imagine an era where each word in Sanskrit language is spoken with the proper intonations of Udatta, Anudatta, and Swarita. Let's assume such a world exists. So in that world, a Shahika word created by the Navula Pratyaya will be pronounced differently than the Shahika word which is created by Navucha Pratyaya. So living in such a word, there is definitely a valid usage of having a la versus a ch. And in those periods, it is perfectly safe to assume that that difference was there. That difference was there, and that's why Panini Maharshi created those sutras. Now there is a counter question on that says we are no longer in that word. That is correct, and therefore books like Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, for example, completely chop off those things. Or even today, those people who are studying Siddhanta Kaumudi, they don't study, or very rarely they study the Swara Prakaranam at all. So they just don't study it. So swaras, or I mean, it is unfortunate that we are no longer in that particular world. Ideally we should go back to that particular word, but till then at least we'll learn it as a part of theory, as a part of shastra, understanding that such thing existed. While studying smaller part of the grammar, like for those who are not interested in studying full grammar, they're interested in studying simpler versions like Laghu Kaumudi and so on. It's perfectly okay to ignore these aspects. So Laghu Kaumudi, for example, they just don't discuss all these things because it's not worth the complexity. So it's perfectly okay. Now there's a question over here. How does the word derived from this particular sutram look like a pullinga? So in the pullinga, it will be odana bhojaka, but you don't use that word over here because this is triyam adhikara. So those, when I said earlier that pullinga and all that are allowed, that's only for those weird vartikas, varnat karaha and radipha and so on. When you move to the next sutra, it always has to be feminine. So odana bhojaka and so on are not the words that you should be using. Here you should only be using words like odana bhojika, which is act of eating the odana, payaf payika, the act of drinking milk, ikshu bhakshika, the act of eating the ikshu or the sweet sugarcane and so on. So these are all compulsorily feminine words. That's why it says tinnadinam apavadaha, and that's why they are present in this particular sheet number 9. Agre gacchamaha, last sutram. Again, thankfully, there is nothing in this sutram. 2 minutes. Uh, आक्रोशेनैयनिः अन्तिमं सूत्रम् अस्य प्रकरणस्य अनि इति प्रत्ययः नय समासः अस्ति, तथा आक्रोशः अस्ति, अब्यूजिंग और शाउटिंग एट somebody, आक्रोशः अस्ति, तत्र अनि इति प्रत्ययः भवति. Now here you see in the Kaumudi he says vibhasha iti nivrittam. So essentially even in the previous sutram if he doesn't say vibhasha, he implies vibhasha over there, because on the next sutram he says vibhasha iti nivrittam. So this is a why he writes it in a weird sense like this, we don't know. But in the previous sutram there is no word vibhasha in the Kaumudi, but the next sutra he says vibhasha iti nivrittam. So obviously he implies the vibhasha in the previous sutram. Anyway, vibhasha iti nivrittam akrosha shapanam, to shout or to abuse. आक्रोशे गम्यमाने नई उपपदे यत्र नय निगेशन इति उपपदमस्ति, न इति उपपदमस्ति, तत्र धातोः अनि प्रत्ययः भवति. अकरणीस्ते वृषलभूयात्, तुम्हारा सत्यानाश हो जाए. Nothing that you are doing be done appropriately. So अकरणिः, करणी कृ इति धातुः अस्ति, अनि इति प्रत्ययः, तत्र नय समासः अस्ति, अकरणि इति रूपं सिद्ध्यति. अकरणिस्ते वृषलं भूयात्, वृषल भूयात्, वृषल is an abusive word. Ajeevani shatha bhuyat, may you fail in every aspect of your life, or may you not live longer. Ajeevanihi te shatha bhuyat. सर्वत्र आशीर्लिंग लकारः प्रयुक्तः अस्ति. अप्राप्यस्य इच्छा निर्देशार्थम आशीर्लिंग लकारस्य प्रयोगः क्रियते. आक्रोशे इति किम? When you are stating a fact, when you're not doing an abusive, you're not shouting or you're not giving abuse, you're just stating a fact, then you use the normal tin pratyaya. So akrutihi tasya katasya, he is not doing the mat. Akrutihi tasya katasya, simple sentence. Nai iti kim? Mrittihi te vrushala bhuyat. If you are shouting, but if you are not using the nai samasa, may you die. So mrittihi te vrushala, mrutihi, not mrutihi, mrutihi te vrushala bhuyat. So mru, to die. There is no negation. Anna is not there, or na is not there. So here just you use tin pratyaya. You don't use ani pratyaya over here. So nai iti kim? Mrutiste vrushala bhuyat. कौमुदीं पश्यामः. विभाषा इति निवृत्तं, नै उपपदे अनिः स्याद् आक्रोशे, अजीवनीस्ते शठभूयात्, aप्रयाणी, may you not go wherever you want. Aprayani, I think. Aprayani ste shathabhuyat, and so on. So अनेन प्रकारेण अत्र नवमं करपत्रम् इदानीं समाप्तम्. अस्मिन्नेव स्थले भावाधिकारः अपि समाप्तः. So the eighth sheet started bhave and akartari chakarake samnyayam. that concludes at this last sheet. I'll need 3 or 4 more minutes. That is last sutram, akroshe nayanihi 33112. So if you jump back to sheet number 8, we have 33112 इति यावन्ति सूत्राणि स्त्रीलिङ्गवाचिनि अर्थे प्रयुज्यन्ते स्त्र्यधिकारस्य अन्ते भवाधिकारः अपि समाप्यते. Then you have a few more sutras. So you have akroshe nayanihi कृत्यल्युटो बहुलम, we have already studied this. नपुंसके भावेक्तः ल्युट् च कर्मणि च येन संस्पर्शात् कर्तुः शरीर सुखम इति सर्वम अस्माभिः अधीतम. The next sutram is कर्मणि च येन संस्पर्शात् कर्तुः शरीर सुखम करणाधिकरणयोश्च. So that's where we jump to sheet number 10, अग्रिमं सूत्रम करणाधिकरणयोश्च अग्रिम सप्ताहे पश्यामः. So we have completed sheet number 9, but we have not completed the prakriya of the ktin pratyaya. So shvastana varge ktin pratyasya sampurna rupena prakriyam pashyamah. Now in the prakriya, we have now seen so many prakriyas till now that 99% of the sutras will be familiar to you all. So I will be quickly walking those pratyas. We'll still go over the 10-step flowchart, but we'll quickly walk over the things that you already know, and we'll spend some time on some important aspects like idagama or rukaralvadibhya tin nishtavad. So specific things about the tin pratyay we'll spend some additional time in tomorrow's class. So one class should be sufficient for tin pratyaya. Rather, I will say I will fit everything in one class by altering my speed, because 99% of the things are already known to you. So तदेव अद्यतन विषयः अभ्यासः. स्त्र्यधिकारेण वुल् इयण् वुच् अनि प्रत्ययः संक्षेपेण उत्तराणि लिखत ष्टि प्रत्यय शकार पकारयोः प्रयोजनम्, और से पर्यायार हरणोत्पत्ति शुण्वुच सूत्रम सोदाहरणं विवृणुत. So simple 4 4 5 5 line answers. And vartikaanam artham vilikhy ekam udaharanam prakriyaya sah nirdishyat. So all these, were off the track vartikas are given in this question. You can try to answer them, write the meanings of them with the prakriya. So इत्यलं समापयामः. श्वः पुनरेकवारं नियमितरूपेण कक्षा अस्ति एव. श्वस्तनवर्गे तिन् प्रत्ययस्य प्रक्रियायाः अध्ययनं कृत्वा नवमस्य करपत्रस्य अध्ययनं समापयामः. अष्टाध्यायी जगन्माता यस्य चित्तात् समुत्थिता वेदानामुपकाराय तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. शब्दब्रह्म समाराध्य कृतवान्यो विलक्षणं सर्वाश्चर्यमिदं शास्त्रं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. धन्यवादः.